we had an awesome hot seat that probably is going to save a couple $100,000 for this member. Pretty awesome, pretty cool. And in a, what is it, 45-minute hot seat time? Not bad on your investment. So I wanted to give you kind of one of the lessons we were talking about within this. I referenced this in the call, but wanted to share it with you guys as well because I was going to share it with the Epic group. So I might as well share it with everybody too. So this book right here, Straight Line Leadership. Straight Line Leadership is probably the best, hands down, the best leadership book that I have ever read. It is Dusan Karich. I'm not exactly sure how to say his last name, but this is awesome. I will put a link in this post as well. But unfortunately, this book's $150. So I bought this book for many, many people when it was a lot cheaper. It's a great book. Straight Line Leadership. I want to just read you the chapter and show you kind of like what's in this chapter because this is the lesson we were talking about. So I'll read it to you, kind of like story time. Enjoy. This is a problem versus a decision to make. Chapter 8. A problem is comprised of 3 parts. A deviation from the normal. Number 2 is you don't know the cause of the deviation. And number 3 is you choose to do something about it. So when all 3 parts are present, you have a problem. However, many times people don't have a problem. They simply have a decision to make. Let's use this example of a deviation from the normal. Your monthly income has fallen significantly. You know the cause of it, so you automatically know what it will take to remedy the situation. Therefore, you don't have a problem. You simply have a decision to make. What is your next bold action? Choose it. The willingness and ability to consciously choose and act decisively is real power. It's a complete demonstration of integrity. Integrity is the linchpin that provides access to performance. There is nothing complicated about integrity. Integrity is created stance that says you will honor your word once given. The key to power is to say what it is that you are going to do and then go and do it. Most people are paralyzed by both problems and having to make decisions. They believe that they are dealing with their problem simply because they are talking about it and thinking about it. But their inner stance has not shifted, and no action has been taken because there hasn't been a decision made to act. Is there a magical cure to all this inertia? The magic is in consciously creating and living your inner stances through decisive action and not thinking things to death. Most organizations think they've addressed their problem when they pay for advice, agree with the advice, and then do nothing. But they've done nothing. And they've done nothing because the culture, disempowered inner stances of people involved, remains unchanged. Advice giving is not what's required. What is required is reinventing a culture. The same is true with an individual. The culture of an individual is the inner stance taken. You must alter the inner stance of the individual before he can change his behavior. Having a meeting and bringing in a motivational speaker isn't the answer either. Motivation is high energy feeling that lasts for a short while and then is gone. Instead of utilizing merely a motivational speaker, make sure that you bring someone in who will provide usable tools that will lead to effective action. Make certain that your people learn to be bolder and more innovative. The solution is always daring decisions followed by daring action. The great Roman philosopher Seneca said, "It's not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It's because we do not dare that things are difficult. When you have a problem, dare to make a bold decision and take decisive action now." Always remember this 4-step process for decisive action. 1. List out what you are interested in accomplishing. Number 2. List out what you are committed to accomplishing. Put away the list that has your interests on it. I don't know if you've noticed this yet, but people don't do very much with what they're interested in doing. So why pretend? When any of the interests become commitments, then we can talk. Now that you've set aside your interested in accomplishing list, focus on your committed to accomplishing list. We're going to divide that into 2 now. 3, list out what you're committed to accomplishing later. And number 4, list out what you're committed to accomplishing now. Now set aside the later list. You can always address it at a future time when the commitment shifts to something that is a must-do for now. Focus on the what am I committed to accomplishing now list. Make a decision. Take a required action. This should sound a little bit familiar. I haven't read this book in a while because I actually had it packed up for my move, haven't taken it out. Now it is out, and now it is going to be read. This book is amazing. And the whole entire Boring Business Operating System is based off of this type of mentality of making a decision. Well, how do we make a decision? We need to know what our business is constrained by. If we know where our business is constrained by, we then can make a decision for what we need to focus on. Then when we focus on that thing, we then make every decision needed to move the ball forward so that we can get more information so we can know we are making the right decision or we can correct course. If you haven't done your constraint evaluator, do it. Evaluate your constraints so we can know what we're moving towards. If you haven't done your game plan, do it so that you have the game plan so you can know what to do to move forward. If you have the game plan, you haven't done the things, do the things. Because once we do the things, we actually get the data needed to make the decisions better and better and better. It starts with deciding, right? So this is my encouragement to you to decide. Today, a decision made today on the call could potentially save hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's a cool decision to make, right? And this was a decision that was in his head for quite some time. And he's like, hey, I want to bring this to the hot seat. I want to get it out of my head. That was the value of that. That's the value of this community. I appreciate you guys so much. I appreciate Dan leading alongside and us getting to crush through these things with you guys. It is always energizing and amazing for me to be able to be a part of this. So appreciate you guys. Love you guys so much. And hopefully you enjoyed this chapter of Straight Line Leadership. $150 worth of value. Divide that by the words, quite a bit of value per word. So that's what we got. See you next time.